know. I really don't feel like speaking to anyone from the village at the moment. Hi, you waiting for me?
Good morning, sir. Yes, we are. Our condolences, by the way.
Thanks. I'm Adrian.
Okay, Adrian. I'm Greg. This is Steve. So, you're the boss now, right?
It looks like it. But I still have to get used to the fact.
Okay, boss. Well, maybe the best thing is for you to start right away. But in fact, Miss Angelini has forgotten to give us further instructions.
Instructions? To do with the restoration? I don't know. I haven't managed to have a good look around yet.
Sure. Then perhaps you want to get a general overview first. Well, there is a heck of a lot of building work going on.
So, why don't you just get on with your work then?
No offense, sir, to the name of the Gordons, but it would be nice to know if the good lady left anything behind. I mean, apart from the building work.
You mean money-wise?
Yep.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Well, see you later then, sir. We'll wait for you in front of the castle.
So this is my new home, Blackmere Castle. A little more spacious than my college room and the prison cell, if not that much brighter. I think this is one of the stand-in stones Victoria mentioned. They should point to the entrance, but where and how? I think the mailman's been here. I'll have a look. A letter and a newspaper. A letter addressed to me? Strange. I've only just moved in. The Guardian's third birth. Yet another one of those cryptic messages? No thanks. The last one drove me right into the clutches of a head case. The Guardian's third birth. What the? Ugh. A picture of me. That's the one I did for Murray. He can never get enough, can he? I don't want to know what kind of dough he screwed out of the newspaper for that. Well, what does it say here? Blackmere Castle has a new lord of the manor. It has transpired that the young American Darren M., against whom the accusation of arson has yet to be proved, is the last descendant of the Gordon family. Great. Now everyone will think I've torched my inheritance. And what's even worse, that I'm rich. I'll throw the paper away. The castle itself is already sinister enough, but the soot on the facade makes it look like something out of a haunted house backdrop. I ought to get it removed. A lunchbox. I guess it belongs to Greg. There's just a large packet of toothpicks in it. Does anyone have that many gaps in the teeth? I think this is one of the standing stones. That's Greg. He watches Steve while he works. Steve, the more industrious of the two workers. I'd really like to know why he's drilling holes in my castle. Hey, Steve.
Yeah?
Why are you drilling holes into the castle?
Oh, it's simple. The foundation walls are full of water from extinguishing the fire. They sucked it up like a sponge. If we don't get the moisture out of the walls, then the whole castle will start to go moldy.
And the water just runs out of the holes? I can't believe that.
Of course not. I'm drilling the holes for these cartridges. There's liquid in them, which crystallizes in the wall and binds the water.
Oh, right. Do you work for free?
No, sir. But unlike Greg, I believe you've got enough money. You have, haven't you?
I own a castle, don't I?
Oh, of course. I was just saying. I mean, you hear all the stories nowadays about poor nobility, and the castle ain't exactly in tip-top condition.
I'm sorting it out. The upper floor is a heap of rubble. Why this debris was brought into the main hall of the castle and not taken outside will remain an eternal mystery to me. Amazing. The new tiles look as old as the old ones. The Gordon coat of arms. Pretty uninspiring. I'd expected a fire-breathing dragon or a griffin with bloody claws. The globe is metal. I can't see a weld seam. I wonder how they got it through the door. The globe is metal. A massive block of stone with a secret compartment, but there's nothing in it. I'd already discovered it before the castle fire. Tasty. Dried wallpaper paste. It's a roll of damp-proof sheeting used in construction. The craftsmen should really cover the floor with it so they don't make everything filthy. I guess that's no big deal while the place is looking like it is. I'll leave it here. If I do need some of the sheeting, I'll know where to find it. For some reason, I'm wary of dogs. The entire hall is one big construction site. An empty pot. I'm guessing the guys here have heated up that lunch. I have no idea what I could do with a pot. The door door is closed. I've got the right key here. The door's unlocked. I assume that there's wine stored in these barrels, but as old as everything here is, could be vinegar by now. These are pipe clips, like metal cable ties. Extremely useful. Quick setting foam, industrial quality, particularly suited to damp areas. Ugh, it's as gloomy here as in Mordred's poor soul. I'm not going any further. I'm sure Victoria wouldn't have hidden her money in the cellar. The castle's almost completely burned down. No wonder it's so filthy everywhere. A stepladder, like you'd use to change a light bulb, or to hang yourself. There's cleaning stuff, just no one to use it. Great, an extension cable. A power socket, but does it have an electricity supply? Huh. Why should the cellar light in Blackmare Castle work? The bucket is half full of a white salt, probably for when it's icy. The bucket is half full of a white... Ugh, I'm sure Victoria would... What's a tea room without a teapot? This one's being used as a flower pot. There were probably pictures hanging here before. Either they were destroyed in the fire, or were taken down to be restored. It's really quite pretty, this ostrich egg cup. What are these marks? It looks like mildew. Ugh, not that healthy. What are these marks? It looks like Bills, bank statements. Envelopes with nothing in them. Huh, who's this one from? Città del Vaticano, Roma, Italia. It's from the Vatican. What did Victoria have to do with the Vatican? The clock has stopped, probably during the last century. Ugh, what horrible things. Beats me what people think is so great about statues of naked kids with wings. Maria, the mother of all statues. The plinth is probably marble. The plinth is... Horse breeding was once a big thing here. The sculpture probably originates from that period. Horse breeding was one... boxes full of stuff. I guess no one would have missed it if it'd been burned.
Oh, beautiful two-handed swords with ground steel blades, shoved up on the wall any old way, and also next to an ordinary flail, as wielded by mere bandits and riffraff. Whoever hung these weapons here had no idea what they were.
There are some paint buckets drying up here. Who knows if these walls will ever come in contact with it. A stack of old pictures. Looks like they were rescued from the fire. A lot of them have caught smoke damage. A stack of old pictures. A mattress seems to be a bit too unusual to serve as a hiding place for the Gordons. A mattress seems to be... There's only one other door in the passage, and it's locked. Strange, none of the keys fit. This is Victoria's jewelry. Rings, necklaces, and earrings. This is Victoria's jewelry. This is the monitoring equipment and medication Victoria used. Shouldn't Miss Antolini have taken these away with her? Or is someone else from the diocese coming to collect them? Looks like I'll have to take care of it. The White Lady. The Great Mystery. Hey, what's going on here? The blood is gone. But there's a black mark just where I touched the picture. Or was it there already? No, I'd better not handle it again. That's the only part of the library that was damaged by the fire, fortunately. Books about horses, horse breeding, hunting dogs, polo, and so on. The Gordons' hobbies. I'll put in a computer here. All of the books here have Latin titles. Doesn't mean a thing to me. Stories, adventures, and fairy tales. Dickens, Defoe, Anderson, Jules Verne. These are probably the most up-to-date books in this library. An old mural. Looks like the Last Supper. In the corner, there's a richly ornamented mighty column. The weight of the castle rests on it. In the corner, there's a richly ornamented Shakespeare dramas, Shakespeare tragedies, Shakespeare comedies. This will be the shelf for my comic collection. the Encyclopedia Britannica, in at least 3 editions. Will there ever be a bigger reference book? Bibles and religious texts. Some of the editions look damn valuable. Good that the fire didn't spread through here. Someone doesn't seem to have understood what a bookshelf is for. I'd love to have a little bit of a rest. As if the chaos of books wasn't enough, all the drawers have been pulled out just in case. My family tree. My telephone. There's probably a mini bar hidden in there, but I'm not interested in that right now.
Dr. Jones's chambers.
Hello, Dr. Jones? Adrian Gordon here.
Wow, Mr. Gordon. What's the score?
About the bail.
Ah, I wanted to call you about that. Sorry, it slipped my mind. A certain Charles Murray from Willow Creek has deposited the bail with the court. Do you know this man?
Only too well. But I wanted to tell you I'd already found that out myself.
Is he a friend of yours? That's good. Very good, in fact. The more supporters you have, the better. That always goes down well with the judge. People with friends and advocates. Terrific. Keep it up.
Yeah. Dr. Jones, you know much about English inheritance law?
Well, yeah, about as much as a boxer knows about synchronized swimming.
So, not at all.
And that's making a favorable comparison. Are you having problems regarding the inheritance? I could ask around for you.
Don't worry. I'll ask the notary. He's bound to know. Goodbye, Dr. Jones.
Seconds away. Next round, Mr. Gordon. Yes?
Is this Mr. Dukes? Notary for inheritance law and whatnot?
Absolutely correct. And you are?
Gordon. Adrian Gordon.
Ah, Mr. Gordon, my condolences once again for the loss of your great-grandmother.
Thanks.
I'm assuming you still have a few questions concerning the reading of the will yesterday?
Mr. Dukes, can you tell me again what exactly is included in my inheritance?
Well, Mr. Gordon, you're the last descendant of the Gordon lineage and inherit the Black Mirror Castle estate and the one in Wales, a few hundred acres of woodland, as well as the assets in the family bank account amounting to £100, with all privileges and responsibilities.
What responsibilities?
The proper management of the woodland, adherence to hunting regulations, maintenance of the property and the garden. Sale is explicitly prohibited. At most, you can hand it over to the church. Nothing outstanding, no debts. Not a bad inheritance at all, don't you think?
I'll be in touch, Mr. Dukes.
Of course, Mr. Gordon.
The guardian's third virtue is mercifulness. Just as water grows drop by drop and becomes a mighty ocean, so should every call for help be heard and find a sea of answers. £6,000 is paid in every 3 months. No indication of who it came from. It just says here it was paid in over the counter. The last entry is 4 months ago. And the account was virtually emptied 2 weeks ago. By Valentina Antolini. Authorized by Victoria Gordon. That must have been money for the construction guys. An empty envelope with the Vatican crest on it. According to the postmark, it was sent 2 weeks ago. An extension cable, about 8 meters long. Toothpicks, a full pack. All I need is some finger food.
Dukes?
This is Adrian Gordon here again.
Ah, yes. How can I help you?
I've found bank statements from the Gordon account.
And is something wrong?
No, but I've noticed that every 3 months, a substantial amount of money is paid into it.
There could be many reasons for that. It's not illegal, and also nothing unusual, if you ask me.
I'll be in touch, Mr. Dukes.
Of course, Mr. Gordon.
A ladder. Who knows when it was put here, and why? The door is practically rusted solid to the frame. It's obvious that Lewis hasn't seen the inside of the greenhouse for more than 3 weeks. This is in dire need of a good tidy-up. Welcome to the jungle. Half of it is dried out, and the other half is rotten.